You know, if I had a nickel for every time Apocalypse had an heir who was a flaming skeleton inside a containment suit with a gun arm, I'd have 2 nickels. That might not sound like a lot, but it is funny that it's happened twice. Hello gang and welcome to Displaying Model Behavior, where I'm going to give you the lowdown on Nemesis, a character who is also known by another less YouTube friendly name, so I'm just going to call him Nemesis. This is the newest Build-A-Figure revealed by the Marvel Legends team, but a lot of people are asking, well, who is this guy? And I'll tell you who he's not. He's not the guy from the Age of Apocalypse, who also has a similarly unfriendly YouTube name. But these are actually 2 completely different characters, not just alternate universe versions of the same guy. You want to hear the lowdown on him? Here it goes. Also, gang, stay tuned for the end of this episode where I will tell you how you can be a part of the Model Behavior Christmas special. And if you already know, then start making your video. So in this video, we're going to go over the history of Nemesis, his main storylines, his powers, and also a little bit of trivia at the end, because who doesn't love trivia? So Nemesis first appeared in 2011's Uncanny X-Force number 13, written by Rick Remender and penciled by Jerome Opeña. I hope I pronounced that right. William Rolfson was the son of Autumn Rolfson and Apocalypse. During her time serving as a horseman, William's mother had an affair with Apocalypse, leading to his birth. So that already sounds quite problematic from a corporate perspective. I think Apocalypse's HR team might be wanting to have a word with him. Fearing Apocalypse would view her son as a threat and kill him, Autumn and her son went into hiding and made their way to Akaba Metropolis. At some point, William's mutant powers manifested, making him extremely powerful, but trapping him in a suit designed to contain his essence. Now, this is where we get a distinction between William and then Nemesis from the Age of Apocalypse, because William needs that containment suit as soon as his powers manifest, whereas the Nemesis in the Age of Apocalypse, he was actually fine. He was a super powerful mutant and a good-looking guy. It wasn't until he made the terrible decision to murder Wanda Maximoff that Magneto basically ripped him apart at a cellular level, and it was the Dark Beast who created this containment suit to gather all of his energy together and essentially bring him back to life. William and his mother remained in hiding with Clan Akaba until they were found by Archangel after he had ascended as Apocalypse's replacement. He recruited William to help him cleanse the world and restart evolution. As a test, he had Nemesis destroy a small town in Montana to create Tabula Rasa. It's not known if there was any kind of inciting incident that turned William into this genocidal maniac, although it could be assumed that maybe he just has some inherent evil Apocalypse DNA inside him. This is kind of what happened with Warren Worthington, where after being made into Archangel, even though he recovered, he still had like the Apocalypse darkness seed within him, which, quite literally, might be the case with William. When William's mother learned of what her former teammate was doing with her son, she lashed out at Archangel, and he subsequently killed her. So this storyline concludes without Nemesis ever finding out what happened to his mother and that Archangel was responsible. So we don't know if he sought revenge or even cared that much. He kind of went underground for a little bit, and then he would eventually rear his skull-faced head again, this time in the pages of Uncanny Avengers. Willing to take his father's place as the new caretaker of Earth, Nemesis, accompanied by his horsemen, went to the Starcore station to use its broadcast magnification chamber to send a message to the gods his father once served. As the celestial Nemesis summoned appeared before him to give him the Death Seed, the Apocalypse twins appeared and attacked them. So the Apocalypse twins are Uriel and Emin, I think that's how you pronounce their names, and they are the offspring of Archangel and Pestilence. They were abducted by Kang the Conqueror and taken through the time stream, which is why they now appear as fully grown adults. While Uriel was killing the Celestial using Thor's enchanted axe, Emin saved their mother and killed the other of Nemesis's horsemen. Nemesis was later confronted by Uriel after he finished killing the Celestial. Nemesis somehow survived his encounter with Imin and Uriel and returned to Earth. We're going to find that skirting death is one of Nemesis's specialities. In fact, you might say that coming back from the dead for him is super easy, barely an inconvenience. And he comes back from the dead making his hat trick of uncanny appearances, this time in the pages of Uncanny Avengers. No, Uncanny X-Men. I'm not redoing that. Seeking to purge the world from the weak, Nemesis convinced Warren Worthington III that Clan Aqaba could prevent him from ever becoming Apocalypse again by removing his wings. Then, using Warren's wings, Clan Aqaba was able to create an army of Archangel clones that Nemesis would use to raise the world. Nemesis was eventually confronted by Magneto and Psylocke, who had discovered his secret base at Green Ridge thanks to their Archangel's information. When Magneto and Mystique discovered his plans and tried to foil them by killing Warren, Nemesis felt his death flight awakening as a result of Psylocke summoning Archangel, their leader, after escaping her cell. Sorry, I'll admit that was a bit of a word salad, but that's what happens when you read directly from the Marvel Wiki. Oh yeah, this isn't just off the top of my head. I know, hard to believe. In his subsequent battle against Magneto, Nemesis was killed and his death flight stopped. Now for the current final appearance of Nemesis, we go over to the miniseries Heir of Apocalypse. After the end of the Krakoan Age, Apocalypse decided to leave Earth and choose an heir capable of continuing his mission and ideals in his absence. Apocalypse chose 12 mutants who would face trials of his devising, at the end of which the winner would be nominated as the new Apocalypse. William, who had returned to life in the meantime, wasn't one of the 12 mutants and, enraged, decided to take revenge on his father by attacking the participants of the contest. He seemingly managed to kill Armageddon Girl and Richter, infuriating the other contestants. Nemesis was distracted by penance and then collapsed in a hyperdense orb by Exodus. And for now, that's the last we've seen of Nemesis. However, if past form is anything to go by, it won't be long until he's back and menacing our heroes once again. Before we finish though, I think it's time for some facts and trivia. Biofurnace energies. Nemesis could generate radioactive plasma, which he often used in combat situations. At his peak, he could generate bioplasma blasts reaching a temperature equal to the core of the sun. He was able to produce explosions that could obliterate entire towns. Armored exoshell. Nemesis relies on an exoskeleton/containment suit to keep his devastating bioenergies under control. The raw energy his body produces will explode outwards if his armor is breached. The suit increases Nemesis's physical strength and is highly resistant to damage or penetration. It also provides an arm cannon for channeling his radioactive plasma into directional blasts. As of Uncanny Avengers number 7, Nemesis is only a bit older than 15. Nemesis's mother, Autumn Rolfson, was roughly the age of the youngest New Mutants when she debuted in X-Factor number 12. Even assuming Apocalypse and Famine conceived William naturally, 15 years of Marvel time has not passed since the fall of the mutants. The Dark Beast and Clan Aqaba conceivably had access to age acceleration technology, but officially his age remains unexplained. Nemesis appears to be the Earth-616 counterpart of the Nemesis we know from the Age of Apocalypse. However, it's unlikely they are exact counterparts. The Age of Apocalypse version was already an adult in X-Men Chronicles number 1, when the original X-Men were still teens. As mentioned before, Autumn Rolfson was in the New Mutants age range, and so would have been 7 years older or younger when Nemesis debuted in the Age of Apocalypse. Nemesis is the most despised of Apocalypse's children. And folks, that does it for the basics on Nemesis. What do you think about this character? What do you think about the Build-A-Figure? Is it a character that is going to justify buying an entire wave of action figures? Me personally, I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get the Age of Apocalypse version, but I mean, A giant flaming skeleton in a survival suit with a gun arm is kind of like pizza. Even if it's not the type you want, it's still pretty good. So with that in mind, I'm looking forward to this upcoming wave. So gang, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for how you can be a part of the Christmas special. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior. Ho, ho, ho! And hello, everyone. It is almost time for the Model Behavior Christmas Special, the third annual Christmas Special, where I turn things over to you guys. It's up to you to tell me what your favorite action figure of 2024 was. And to do that, I need you to send me some videos. So just like with the previous years, I need you to film yourself in a landscape format, ideally, telling me your name, where you're from, and what your favorite action figure of 2024 was. The deadline for this is going to be December 20th. If you squeeze it in after that, I might be able to include it, but I'm trying to make my job easier. Because last year we got over 100 entries, and I want to smash that this year. We have such an amazing community of people. I want to see you guys on the Christmas special. So you can email me at all the details below. I'm going to put them on the screen while I'm talking to you. And there will be email, there'll be Instagram, any means you can get that video to me. Also, if the file is quite big, then you can send it via WeTransfer. That's something I use for all of my bigger files that I need to send. All the different ways you can put together a video telling me what your favorite action figure of the year was. If you could keep it from 30 seconds to a minute, that's the sweet spot right there. And if you're a bit camera shy, that's okay. You don't have to have your face on camera. You can just be showing the action figure. But honestly, as exciting or interesting as you want to make it, I'm going to be so happy to get them. So whether it's a basic little video or a full production number, I'd love to have your contributions, because the last 2 years I've been doing this have been so much fun. I can't wait to see what you guys have got, what you've bought over the last year, and what you want to share with the community. So thank you so much, anyone who is going to send in a video. It really means the world. And as I said, all the information is in the description and probably around me as well while I'm talking. So landscape format, name, where you're from, action figure of the year, that's all the essentials. So gang, thank you so much for that, and I'll see you in the Christmas special.